said that you voted for Kamala Harris.
Yes.
And that you regretted it.
Yeah. I know that Joe Biden should have been stepped away, and it was delayed because these people wanted Kamala to be the candidate, and there was no way in hell it was going to happen unless he left when he left, as opposed to earlier where there could have been a primary. She would have had to compete against people
Correct.
in order that, right? So I know all of that. But I also believed that she was the kind of person that if the power existed in one house of Congress, if not both, that she was somebody that you could get to acquiesce and work across the aisle in order to get things done. That was my belief. And then when I saw how things were unfolding and how out in the clouds the Democratic Party was even after they lost the election, I said, this is no hope. I said, I don't know what the hell I was thinking about believing that y'all would get it, because you still don't get it. You really, really don't. Trump, you bring up the indictments, you bring up his behavior, you bring up all of these different things, and America still said he's more normal than y'all. And you still don't get it. And I thought you'd get it, but you didn't get it. So I lost all faith.
So even somebody like Stephen A. Smith is coming out here and saying, yeah, I regret voting for Kamala. Now, do I believe him? I don't know. I've seen Stephen A. Smith flip-flop like no other. He is the definition of a fence rider. Okay, in the dictionary, next to the term fence rider, it's Stephen A. Smith's face, right? So I don't know if I necessarily believe him, but this is a thing. And this video clip that I'm about to show you has been getting quite a lot of views online of this gentleman saying the exact same thing. But before we hop into that, make sure you guys smack that like button. And if you are not subscribed already, hit that subscribe button as well. It's totally free. I also have a second channel. It is called Extra Rich. That link is down below in the description box. Hope to see you guys over there. And with that being said, let's hop right on into it, shall we?
I voted for Kamala Harris, and I thought she would be a great president, until very recently when I saw her comments about the war in Iran. I'm going to play some clips from before the election and from after the war. See what you think.
Foreign country do you consider to be our greatest adversary?
I think there's an obvious one in mind, which is Iran. Iran has American blood on their hands, okay? This attack on Israel, 200 ballistic missiles. What we need to do to ensure that Iran never achieves the ability to be a nuclear power, that is one of my highest priorities.
So if you have proof that Iran is building a nuclear weapon, would you take military action?
I'm not going to talk about hypotheticals at this moment.
That video is from before the election. She's talking about Iran has American blood on their hands, pointing out the fact that Iran has attacked Americans multiple times. Over 1,000 Americans have been killed since 1979 when the Islamic Republic stole the government of Iran. So she's aware. She's aware of the threat that Iran poses and promising to be strong on national security.
What's the message to Iran?
Don't.
As President Biden said, just don't.
Exactly. One word. Pretty straightforward.
That's Kamala Harris as vice president, supporting the Biden policy against Iran, understanding that Iran is a serious threat. But what happens when Trump takes action against Iran? What does Kamala have to say now? Let's take a look.
When it comes down to it, is that if we want to stop Donald Trump with this random decision that he has arrived at, then Congress must act, and Congress must act immediately. The American people do not want our sons and daughters to go into this unauthorized war of choice, and I unequivocally oppose it.
I'm so happy that somebody else is calling this stuff out. These people are absolute snakes. Because every Democrat, matter of fact, I might upload a YouTube short later today. Make sure you're watching my YouTube shorts. I dropped some gems in my YouTube shorts. So if you're not watching those, definitely check them out. I drop like 3 of them every single day. So you definitely want to check those out. But I might be dropping a YouTube short of just nothing but Democrats saying that Iran is the enemy and that we should go after Iran and all of this other stuff. And as soon as Trump does it, oh no, we can't do that to Iran. How dare Trump? And it's like, come on, bro, really? You mother, bro. I ain't gonna lie, it gets me so heated sometimes when I see this stuff, and I see it all the time. I see it all the time, and I posted some of the clips on my YouTube Shorts, right, of Democrats saying one thing, and then as soon as Trump does it, they flip and say something completely different, or they're on the opposite side of the issue, like this whole Iran issue. I've got clips of literally every Democrat you can think of saying exactly what you just heard Kamala say. But now all of a sudden, because Trump is doing it, it's an issue, it's a problem, and you got to make it this whole big thing because, oh my goodness, the American people are suffering. And it's just like, come on, bro. Y'all were all in cahoots on the same idea not long ago. I got the video footage, so you can't say you didn't say it. You can't say you didn't. I got proof. And so that is one major reason why until the Democrat Party is overhauled, I will never, ever vote for any one of them mother lovers a day in my life. Ever. Ever. Because they don't stand on anything. I would have a lot more respect for them if they stood on their words. But time after time after time again, they just flip-flop. They flip-flop. It's the same. You know, I'm going to save that discussion. Maybe I'll make that into a whole video where I'm just showing y'all a bunch of situations and circumstances where Democrats agreed, but then as soon as Trump did it, then they disagreed. Because I feel like I got enough clips to make an entire video on something like that.
This random decision that Donald Trump has arrived at. Like, this is just out of the blue. Nobody could have seen this coming. All Donald Trump's choice. Forget the fact that every president, every administration since 1979 has understood the threat posed by the Islamic Republic occupying Iran and turning that country's resources into a war machine against the United States and our allies around the world. Forget all of that. This is just Donald Trump's choice. And the American people don't want it. Of course, the American people don't want to go to war. We don't know any better. We're not paying attention to the nitty-gritty details of international foreign policy. We don't know how many Americans have been killed. We don't remember how many embassies have been bombed. We don't know that the Iranian school children wake up every morning chanting death to America like the Pledge of Allegiance. You're the expert. You're supposed to be the leader that helps us understand these complex issues, and you're playing politics with it. Of course, war is unpopular. Of course. And you just turn it into a political football. You could criticize how Trump is conducting the war, say you would have done it this way, you would have done it that way, but you don't. You just say this is a war of choice, a random decision, even though you know better. Score cheap political points. Pretend that this is just another crazy mistake from Donald Trump. Whoever was in office right now, whatever president from whatever party, would have had to deal with this threat. It should have been dealt with under Obama, when they kidnapped a ship full of Navy sailors and held them hostage. No, he created the nuclear deal, which would have expired this year. The limits on nuclear enrichment would have expired this year. And the limits on rockets, the distance that Iranian rockets can travel, expired 3 years ago. That deal would have been gone. There is no diplomacy right now, and Iran knows that. They were planning for exactly this year, the entire time, to attack. Oh, nuclear deal's over, let's go. One more clip.
He entered a war, got pulled into it by Bibi Netanyahu, let's be clear about that, entered a war that the American people do not want, putting at risk American service members.
And then she jumps on the blame Israel bandwagon.
Yep. When she y'all see why I get so frustrated? These people are so fake. They're so fake. Oh my goodness, F Israel, because that's the popular thing to say now. She literally mentioned Israel in that first clip that the brother showed earlier in the video clip. She specifically brought up Israel in their attack on Israel. She was so concerned, but now all of a sudden, since it's the popular thing to do, F Israel. It's so pathetic, man. It's so pathetic. And I ain't even saying you got to be an Israel supporter, okay? I don't give a shit about Israel, all right? But to flip-flop like that is just crazy because now all of a sudden it's popular. It was the same thing that they did. Some of you guys probably remember this. When all of a sudden all these Democrats wanted to start cursing all of a sudden. Like they all wanted to start using foul language. And it's like, what are you doing? You know? Because I guess Trump does it. And it's like, but that's Trump. That was Trump at the beginning. That was Trump in the middle. And it's going to be Trump in the end. That is Trump. Trump has always been Trump through and through. Y'all trying to be something that you aren't. And I always remember the one chick. I can't think of the Democrat chick's name. But she was like, please don't tell my kids, but we're going to fuck Trump. And it was like, what did you just say? You gonna have sexual relations with Trump? That's literally what we're going to F Trump. Like you didn't even like use the curse word right. Like what are you doing? It was so cheesy, man. And oh man, some of y'all probably remember that clip. Let me know if you do, and let me know if you remember what Democrat. I believe she was a congresswoman. Let me know if you know what her name was.
Like, they just pulled us into this war for no reason, right? Not because there's been rockets flying at them for the past 2.5 years. Ever since October 7th, 2023, when Hamas invaded Israel and took over 200 people hostage and killed over 1,000 in the most ruthless way possible. No, Israel just, for some reason, because they're awful and terrible, pulled us into this war. No, they're on the front lines and they were attacked. And we were the only country with the guts to step in and do something about it. Because it's not just Israel that's under attack. Israel's just the first country in the way. I could show you dozens of clips right now of Islamic preachers in Arabic and English telling us exactly what they want to do, that they want to destroy the United States, destroy Western civilization, and turn us all into the Islamic Handmaid's Tale. And Kamala Harris can't even be real about that threat. She is the reason that I have so much trouble voting for Democrats right now in this moment. She was supposed to be the adult in the room. She was supposed to be the experienced leader, and she's playing politics just like the rest of them.
Yeah. Let me see if that's his actual name. Unbothered Moderate. Unbothered. Let me see if that's Moderate. Goodness gracious. There we go. Let's see if this is him. Okay, so maybe on TikTok, I guess? Unbothered Moderate on TikTok? Yeah, it looks like that's him. So shout out to Unbothered Moderate on TikTok. That is who you just watched there. His ad is at the bottom of the screen. I know it's probably a little hard to see. Yeah, you can't really see that one. Let me see if I can move that so y'all can see that a little bit better. You can kind of see it a little bit better there on the screen. Unbothered moderate. Right there at the bottom, the very bottom of the screen there. All right. Shout out to him. And listen, if you're having trouble voting Democrat, vote Republican, brother. Join the good side. Join the good side. Democrats don't stand for anything. Whatever they think is whatever they think is best for more power and moral control is what they're going to say. It's facts. It's exactly what they're going to say. And the proof is right here. The proof is right here. All of a sudden, it's popular to say F Israel and, that whole stuff. So now Kamala's all on board with basically saying that. Blaming Israel for everything. And hey, listen, maybe Israel is to blame for everything. But at the end of the day, if that's the only reason why you're jumping on it is because it's become popular now, I got a problem with it. You're fake. You're fake. That's not you. And I can prove it's not you because not long ago you were talking about how Iran went after Israel and that was a major problem and we needed to help Israel. But now you're talking about Israel being the issue? These people are fakes and phonies, man. We got a lot of fakes and phonies in D.C. And that's a fact. That is a fact. Everybody in the Democrat Party is a fake in D.C. Every single person. Every single one. They'll smile in your face. Oh, yeah, we love and care about you. And then completely open the border and flood the country with illegals and put their priorities and them first over us. We've seen that before. We've seen it. Right? It's crazy, man. But once again, I am happy that somebody else is calling this out because I've been saying this for a while. And once again, make sure you guys stay tuned because hold on, let me double check and make sure I still have that clip. Because sometimes I be losing stuff, So I want to double check and make sure I have that clip of a bunch of Democrats saying that we need to go after Israel and the whole nine. Ooh, I am not seeing it. I know I had it. I'm going to have to find that clip. I'm going to find it. I am going to find it. And it will be uploaded as a YouTube short today or tomorrow. Sometime soon. Sometime soon. Because the American people need to see this type of stuff. How the Democrats are flip-flopping on literally everything. Whatever Trump says, it's bad. Whatever Trump does, it's bad. I mean, literally, that is all they stand for is just saying Trump bad and, hey, how can we garner more power? What can we say? What can we do to garner more power? Oh, we can flood the country with more illegals? All right, that's what we're going to do. What can we say to garner more power? Oh, we're going to start cursing because I guess that's how Trump is so popular, so we're going to start cursing too. Anyway, y'all get in the comments. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions about all of this. Stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.